Hello everyone, hi, hello, my name is Morgan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright guys, so we have a new kind of video on the channel today. This year I decided I am going to start shelf it or scrap it. I'm going to give myself a week every month. So it's currently the 26th, but I'm not going to start, so I'll start this week. I give myself a month. I said a week. I give myself a full month to at least read one book a week. So that would be 4 books off my physical TBR. And this cart does not hold my whole physical TBR. I did not put myself in a book buying ban, but I'm very close. My physical TBR, I believe, is about a little over 400 books, which I agree, that is outrageous. But it's because I have so many subscription boxes and I get books sent to me. So they kind of all just, when I get those, I try to prioritize those books, so then all the other books kind of get put on the back burner. And then for anniversaries, birthdays, all that kind of stuff, everyone in my family and my boyfriend, they give me books because they know that that's what I love. Also, not this outing me that I have ice cream and Mountain Dew. So I don't know, there's a YouTuber, her name is Becca. She does shelf it or scrap it, and basically I'll link her channel down below if you guys want to go check out her videos. What it is so she has piles. I'm going to do my TBR card. There's also 2 books behind this row of books, but she puts a number, the total number, in a random number generator, and then she counts to that book. And then whenever you get to that book, when you finish reading that book, or if you just decide to DNF it, whatever, you either DNF it and you get rid of it, and then you come back here and pick a new book, or if you decide you love it and you want to keep it, you have to find where it would go on your shelf. She has her shelves, I think, by like alphabetical order by author. I have mine by genre. So let's say I'm reading this one because it'll just be very easy. Okay, actually this is not a good example because I have a whole shelf dedicated to Elsie Silver, so this is not a good example. Let's do this one. So Bidding on You by Lynn Painter. Let's say I read this book, loved it, and I want to put it on my shelf. I have a shelf dedicated to my YA romance, which is full. That shelf is full. So then I either have to get rid of a book on that shelf, fully get rid of a book, or choose a book from that shelf that I haven't read yet to read, to then decide if I should keep that book or get rid of it. And this video will keep going throughout the course of the whole entire month. I will be filming other videos at the same time I'm filming this video, reading other books at the same time that I'm reading the book for this as well. So then basically we just keep going, see how many books that we can get through for that month, basically. So that way, and then I'm not gonna replenish the cart with more TBR, physical TBR from my bookshelves. I'm going to basically let this cart get completely empty. And when this cart reaches 0, I will replenish and pull off from my bookshelf all the books I haven't read and just replenish the cart until basically my TBR. My goal for this year is to get my TBR under 100 books. I know that sounds crazy, but I've got to, when I first started reading, I was very against DNFing books. I was like, I cannot DNF a book. I have to finish a book, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the year of, if I'm not enjoying a book, I am not going to force myself to read it. That is not our vibe. That is not the vibe for the year. I have no problems or qualms with DNFing books now. So if but I do force myself to read about 50 pages if it's a romance. If it's a fantasy, I have to read 100 pages, only because with fantasies, you have a lot of world building. So you have to get a little farther into those books to decide if you like it or not. So yes, what we are going to do, I need to take these stickers off. That didn't really go the way I wanted it. I'll do that later. But let's go ahead and let's count and see how many books. I squeezed a lot of books on the shelf. And look, the reason it's also not that full is because I took my TBR off of it because I just filmed my TBR for February as well. So let's go ahead and count and see how many books are on here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we're looking at 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 36.
37. So there are 37 books on here. So let's go ahead and pull up a random number generator. sorry, I just almost lost these under my bookshelf. I just forgot the number. Did I say 37? I think I said 37. Well, that's what we're planning, so. Okay, 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I don't know why I put tall books on that. Okay. We have Bitter Sweetheart, which, you know what's funny about this book is I haven't read this book, but I lent it out to a friend. I don't know if I didn't keep the sticky note in here, but when she finished reading this book, she put a note on the book and said, Morgan, read this now. And so instead of listening to her note, I shelved it and decided not to read it. But this little label right here, this means that it came from the Bookworm box. The Bookworm box was Colleen Hoover's subscription box that no longer exists. So you cannot get this cover anymore. But I have all of the books that I have from the Bookworm box that I still have not read on this cart to decide if I want to keep them or get rid of them, because they're signed. These are signed copies, like not digital signatures. Those are actual signatures, which nowadays you don't really get anymore. Most of the time they're digital signatures, not real signatures. And an author's note. Somebody's trying to open my door. Please hold. Let's see. Hold on. Hey, it was my neighbor. I think they tried to go into the wrong apartment. That scared me. Okay. But this will be the book that we start. I'm in the middle of reading Onyx Storm right now. So, I don't know. But my goal is to read this book this week I need to put like a sticky note or something on it to remind myself that this is for Shelf Fire Scrap It. But I will vlog myself reading this. I will give you updates. And the font is kind of huge. So hopefully I can get this done. It's Sunday. It's the beginning of the month. It's a little over 400 pages. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's hockey romance. Let's see. So from the outside looking in, I live a charmed life. Hockey legend for a father, my own promising future in the league, a great family, awesome friends. It's not untrue, but it's not quite that simple either. My dad's advice has always been to make hockey my #1 priority, at least until I make it to the pros. So going into my senior year of college, I have a plan. I'll put in the effort required to pass my classes, play hockey like my life depends on it, and avoid relationships. All I have to do is stay focused on the end game. It should be easy. But when a woman literally floats into my dock just before summer ends and my senior year begins, I can't resist one last hookup. What harm could a one-night stand do? It's not like we even exchanged numbers. Everything is fine until I run into her on campus. It's a big school. I should be able to avoid her. Except she happens to be in my class. And she's not a student. She's my professor. I did not know this was forbidden romance. I don't mind. I don't mind a good forbidden romance. Okay, so this will be the first book for Shelf It or Scrap It. I already described what Shelf It or Scrap It is, but I will vlog and give you guys updates. I don't know if I'm starting this book tonight. I don't think I'm gonna start it tonight because I have to finish Onyx Storm. That is my #1 priority, is to finish that book. But I will for sure. I feel like I should have filmed this before I made my TBR, because how nice would it have been if this was on my TBR? If you watch my TBR video, you will know that my TBR is long. That TBR is long. So this is a little scary. Like, if you watch my TBR, you will know that my TBR is about, it was supposed to be 10 bucks and it ended up being like 15. So, but we will try to fit this in. So I will see you guys later whenever I do decide to pick up this book and start it. See you guys then, okay? Okay, everyone. So sorry if the camera angle isn't good and the lighting is bad. I'm in a hotel room because I just got to the hotel after we just finished work for the day. And I'm not going to be home until tomorrow, but I started this book on the plane. It is Monday, so I filmed my video for this yesterday. I had to finish a different book before I started this book, but I started it. I got about 156 pages in, so sorry that I didn't update you sooner, but I was on a plane, so I couldn't really do much. But I don't know. Honestly, if I was at home, I probably would have DNF'd this book because I would have had my whole entire bookshelves to pick from. But seeing as I only brought 3 books with me and I am filming a video for one of the other books. I already finished the other one. This is really all I have for Shelf It or Scrap It. It's not bad, it's just not what I've expected. So this is Bittersweet Heart by H. Hunting. It's supposed to be like a forbidden romance, like teacher, professor, student. Normally I don't like that kind of stuff, but I only don't like that stuff if it's like high school, like very, very, very young. But he's in college, his senior year of college. She just started to be a professor, so she's new, so the age gap really isn't really there. They're both consenting adults. But there's not much really romance in this because they are waiting until he's not a student anymore, which I appreciate that. But it's just kind of not what I was expecting. So honestly, if I would have had a different book with me, I probably would have DNF'd this book, only because not my favorite. But it's starting to pick up now. Also, this book really isn't that long. It's almost 400 pages, and the font itself is huge. So on my hour flight, I was able to get over 150 pages in, which I don't think is bad. I can probably finish this book today, but seeing as I'm not going to be able to get home until tomorrow to pick a new book for the Shelf It or Scrap It, I'm trying to pace myself. But I mean, it's not bad. I'm not liking it, I'm not hating it, but since this is like a series where I'm only trying to keep books that I love, considering that my bookshelves are stacked, I see this now going towards the room of the road of Scrap It rather than Shelf It, which I mean is really sad because this is a special edition from the Bookworm box. This box doesn't exist anymore, which means you cannot get this book anymore. It's very rare and special. You can no longer get this book, and it's signed. So it's really hard for me to get rid of my signed copies, but I need to start going, Morgan, if you don't like the book, what is the purpose of having the signed special edition copy of it? But yeah, it's okay. Maybe I'll start liking it more once the romance picks up, but we shall see. I will update you guys a little bit later. I'm gonna eat, probably take a nap because we had a really, really, really early report time today. So I'm gonna take a nap probably, and then we'll pick this book up again later, and I will let you guys know when I'm a little farther into the book. Okay guys, so I know I look crazy. I literally just got back from work, but we're here to talk about Bittersweet Heart for my Shelf It or Scrap It. So I didn't update you, it's been a minute. I think I updated you guys when I was like 50 pages in, right when I finished work. I finished the book today. It's hard to update you guys when I'm working, only because I can't really film on the plane, so I kind of have to wait until I'm off the plane for updates. But I did finish this book, and I think I'm going to continue with what I said earlier. I'm going to scrap this book. I didn't hate it. I gave it 3 stars. It's just, it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting just, like I said earlier, a forbidden romance for a professor and a student. That wasn't really giving. It felt very like slow burn romance almost, but it's too short to be a slow burn romance. And in the first half of the book, they're not together, but then they get together at the end, and she really speeds through and rushes the ending kind of. So it wasn't paced well. So unfortunately, I do think I'm going to scrap this. And now what I do is I'm going to post this on Pango, and then I have a big huge pile of books I need to unhaul. Anything that doesn't sell. I live right next to a half-price books. I'm just going to drop them off at half price at the end of the month. So that way I have a big, huge haul of books to unhaul instead of just unhauling one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my little book stack. And now, we're going to pick our next book. But I already forget how many books are on this cart, so let me count real fast. So there's 33 books on this cart still. Let me pull up a random number generator. Okay, let's hit generate. 22. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. So this book is going to be an automatic scrap. I've tried reading this book multiple times and I just can't get into it. People recommend this book to me, telling me that it's kind of like Tessa Bailey's, what is that series called? Hold on, let me look. It Happened One Summer? Because it's about a evil twin, I think. if the Upper East Side had an evil twin, it would be Tickled Pink, Wisconsin. So it's about this city girl who moves and gets with a country boy, which gives me a Happened One Summer vibes. And I wasn't liking the writing, so this was actually not supposed to be on my cart. I meant done all this, but I forgot. Okay, so let's go ahead and generate a new number. And I'm going to change my max to 32 because now there's only 32 books on here. 16. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So we pulled The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. I don't even really know. This is actually an arc of this book. Since the death of her parents, 17-year-old Wren has been scraping together a meager existence as a gravedigger in a remote village at the foot of a harsh and deadly mountain range that was once home to the Fae. The problem with being a gravedigger, though, is that the dead don't always stay dead. The risen corpses are known as bone houses, and legend says that they're the result of a decades-old curse. After Ellis, an apprentice mapmaker with a mysterious past, arrives in town, the corpses attack with a new ferocity. What is it that draws them near, and more importantly, how can they be stopped for good? Together, Alice and Wren embark on a quest that takes them deep into the heart of the mountains, where they will have to face both the long-forgotten magic of the Fae folk and the deeply buried truth about themselves. Equals part horror novel and fairy tale. Okay. That's an interesting topic. Okay, in the words, huge. So, and it's barely over 300 pages. This isn't a series, is it? Please don't let this be a series. I'm gonna be so sad if I have to start a new series. Let me look it up. Okay, no, it's a standalone, so that's fine. But this is gonna be our next book. And we're actually not even close to the end of the month yet. It's actually still January, but I started filming this, and this is my shelf scrap it for February. But I started this video because I thought Onyx Storm was gonna take me the rest of January to read, but I finished it. So we actually still have a lot of time for my shelf it or scrap it. Like, this is gonna be a long video. Long, because my shelf it or scrap it's are gonna last for the whole month. And I'm already on book 2 and February hasn't even started. But yes, I will read the first 50 pages, and once I get into the first 50 pages, I will let you guys know if I'm DNFing or if I'm going to continue it. Talk to you soon. Okay guys, I tried. I really did try. This isn't for me, which is so sad because it has really good reviews on Goodreads, but I just don't think this is my genre. Zombies, kind of gothic, that's like not really my genre. So we're gonna get rid of her, which you know what that means. You can't see it. Let me see if I can. But my TBR cart is right down here. So what am I at now? 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, we're at 31. So we're gonna do another random number generator. Okay, so there's 31. Let's generate 11. Okay, I'm not mad about this. This one I'm actually really excited for. Powerless. Now, this isn't really gonna help with my whole entire shrink my shelf series, because let me bring you over here. Let's try not to ruin this ankle though. Hold on. Let's see if you can see. I'll angle you down a little bit. So this is where my Elsie Silver lives. So all of this right here is Elsie Silver, and then all of this is Catherine Cowles. Like, this whole thing is all Catherine Cowles. She's my favorite romantic small town romance author, but then so is Elsie Silver. So for Shrink My Shelf, if I read this, whenever I put something on the shelf, I have to then pick something on my shelf to either read or get rid of. I'm not gonna get rid of any of these books on this shelf. So I guess this is turning into me finishing the series, because basically what this is going to be is me putting Powerless back, and then after Powerless, it's like, oh, what do I read next on the shelf? I've read all my Catherine Cowles. I haven't read all my Elsie Silver, so then I would have to go to Reckless. Once I finish Reckless, okay, what do I need? Maybe I'll then finish what is this? The Gold Branch series? What is that called? Gold Rush Ranch series because I think I've only read the first book. So then I'll finish that season once I finish that. Then I'll finish the Wild Love and Wild Eyes. And then this whole entire shelf will be completed. And then I guess we'll just go back to my cart. But yeah, I actually already started this book. I started reading it and then I stopped like a while ago. But I got 111 pages in. And I think this one is Cowboy in a Ballerina? No, Hockey in a Ballerina. Slay. Okay, well, we'll read this and I'll update you later. Alright guys, we finished Powerless. 5 stars. Like, he's my favorite in this whole entire series. Jasper, my love for this man, huge. He's so, Elsie Silver gave him like so much. And since this is the third book in the series, we have seen a lot of him in the first 2 books. But he was like always kind of like the mysterious character. He still is mysterious, like in the first half of this book. He is still mysterious. But then he finally just like kind of tells you what is in his head, what's in his heart, what's in his mind. And you're like, I love this man. He's like just a broken, sad man. And what do we love more than a broken, sad man? But yes, I believe this is like the 3rd book that we've done for this video. I'm trying to remember what, I think one book got DNF'd, right? 2. So one book I ended up getting rid of. The second book I pulled, we ended up DNFing that book, so this was my 3rd book. And like we all knew, this book is going on the shelf. So I don't know why I started my filming over here. I should have started filming by I literally just walked through the door, so my suitcase is still right here. Like, I have stuff everywhere. I gotta clean, but it's late. So y'all can't even see, but so let me bring you closer again. Hoping this doesn't fall. Okay. So I ended up doing a rearrange of my shelves actually. My friend Alyssa, she came over and helped me rearrange my shelves. So Elsie Silver is no longer with Catherine Cowles because I got some more Catherine Cowle books, so she has a whole shelf just dedicated to herself. So now I have Elsie Silver down here with like some Lila Sage. But this series is supposed to help me shrink my TBR that's on my cart. And as I've said in this video a few times, that I already know that everything on this shelf, because it's mostly Elsie Silver in her 3 different series, nothing on the shelf is getting removed. So I feel like doing this shelf really wouldn't be productive because I'll just keep pulling everything from the shelf and then putting it back in. And these are just like series that I haven't finished. So I feel like this would be like a better video for finishing series that I'm in the middle of. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to shelf Powerless, obviously. And then I'm gonna move us back over here because this is where my TBR cart is currently. And I'm gonna bring you guys down low so you can see. So hold on. All right, I figured this would be easier so you can see. Push you back just a little bit. Okay, so as you can probably see is the TBR cart is actually kind of not as empty as it was when we last pulled from here. But that's because I've actually gotten some packages. So I've gotten Out of the Woods, The Final Rose, and then I also got this manga, 07 Ghost. And so I decided instead of just putting it straight on my shelf, just go in the cart. And then I actually added some of my special editions with the sprayed edges that were on my shelf. I added them here on the bottom. So we're kind of back to square one, but that's fine. It's only February 4th and we're already 4 books. Actually 4 because I think I ended up DNFing. There was one book on here that wasn't meant to be on here that I ended up DNFing as well. So 4 books in. So it's like a book a day for February. So I'm kind of hoping, because now I'm in a very much so romance mood. So I'm hoping for another romance. Well, let me count to see. I think we're like 31, but I just want to confirm. 1, 2, 3. Okay. let me pull up a random number generator. Let me change the max to 33. Okay, and now let's hit generate. Okay, ooh, I think the book that's number 30 I don't like. So we know for a fact this is 33, 32, 31, 30. Why do I keep putting tall books on the bottom when I know I'm not going to be able to get it out? Because now I have to go through this. Hold on. Okay, so this book, I believe it's Owl Crate. Okay, it's called Immortal Dark by Tigest Gurma. Now, Gothic isn't really my favorite genre, and I was really wanting a romance. A lost heiress, a soulless vampire, a secret drenched in blood. But I mean, this edition is stunning, and it came with page overlays, but I don't know where the page overlays go since I haven't read the book, so I've been just kept them in this envelope. I haven't even actually opened to see what the page overlay is. So, dude, it's empty. Oh. So either I found where they went, or I put them just in random pages, but these are the page overlays. But this is kind of giving me like dark Gothic, which isn't my favorite. So it says, orphaned heiress Kaiden Adon grew up far from the arcane society she was born into, where human bloodlines gain power through vampire companionship. When her sister June disappears, Kaiden is convinced a vampire stole her, the very vampire bound to their family, through cruel yet captivating Susunyo's Sagad. To find June, Kaiden must infiltrate the elite Exley University, where she must survive living with See, it's gonna be hard for me because I can't pronounce anything. Sensunyo's, even as he does everything he can to drive her away. It doesn't matter that Sensunyo's wickedness speaks to Kanan's own violent nature and tempts her to surrender to a life of darkness. She must find her sister and kill Sensunyo's at all costs. When a murder mirroring June's disappearance shakes Uxley, Kaiden sinks further into the ruthless underworld of vampires, risking her very soul. There she discovers a centuries-old threat, and June could be at the center of it. To save her sister, Kaiden must bring Uxley to its knees and either break free from the horrors of her own actions or embrace the dark entanglement of love and the blood it requires. And then this is her debut book. So I will read the first 50 pages, see how we're feeling, and then once I read those 50 pages, I will update you to see if we are continuing this book or if we are going to DNF it. So I'm kind of sad because I'm kind of just like in the mood after I just read Powerless, just for like a cute little romance, and I don't think that's what I got. Definitely not in a fantasy mood, but I do love fantasy, so who knows? We shall see. Talk to you guys later. Okay guys, so just like I thought, not for me. I'm just not Gothic. Isn't really like my favorite genre, and I really only have read vampire in like smut form. So, and I believe this is YA, so this is not gonna have that in there, but I did give it its 50 pages. It's just not for me. It's just not for me, which I kind of figured that it was going to be like that because since Gothic isn't really my favorite. Okay, so now that takes us back to 32. Well, it went from 33 to 32, so let's go ahead and generate 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so we're gonna redo this because I'm actually doing a video for these. So I just took two off, so let's just change this to 30 and we're gonna try this again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. See, I've tried this book already, which I don't know why it's on this cart. And I didn't like it. So it's Violet Made of Thorns, and I didn't like it. Now I'm kind of thinking, should I have like checked this cart before I made this video? Okay, hold on. Okay, 29. Let's try this again. 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Kingdom of the Cursed. I'm filming a video with this. But, so, okay. We're filming a video with this too, so this one isn't gonna count. This is, okay. I really should have redid this cart before I started filming this. Okay. 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is a good choice. Her Soul for Revenge. I read Her Soul to Take not too long ago. I think I read it in December, maybe November, but I think it was December. Loved it, gave it 5 stars. So I am very, 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 very excited for this book. You have no idea. So let's go ahead and I know for a fact that I'm going to read it and not DNF it, which is good for this video because my dark romance shelf is completely full. So this will help us. Okay, cool. See you guys later. Guys, welcome back. So I have not started, what was it, Her Soul for Revenge? Haven't started yet because I was filming a different video, had to get that video done and filmed, but I'm about to start that book. But I leave tomorrow for a 2-day trip, and I will probably get a good chunk of Her Soul for Revenge done today, as it's only 4 p.m. So I'll probably get most of it read today. And I always like to bring 1 book per day for my trips. So we are going to go ahead and pull 2 books for this challenge. That way I will have books to read. I always bring 1 book, 2 books for my TBR, and then this. But since I'm filming this video, I'm only bringing 1 book for my TBR, and then this. Now, stipulations with that. If I pull like this manga, 07 Ghost, then clearly I will finish that today. We will get that done, shelved, fun, silly, goofy time. And if I pull like the Final Rose, Out of the Woods, like any of these short books, then I will pull an extra book instead, only because these kind of books take me 30-45 minutes to read, and my day tomorrow is 12 hours long. So y'all do that math. Exactly. So if I pull any of these really, really short ones, we will pull an extra book. But if I just pull like the normal size novels, then we will go from there. But, so we're gonna go ahead and pull 2 more. That way I have books with me so I can continue this video while I'm flying. So how many books? And as you can probably see, some more books have gotten added. I just did an unboxing. Some more books have been added to this cart. That's what is so upsetting about this challenge, is it kind of always will feel like it's never ending, only because every time I finish a book, I get a new one in the mail. So like I finished 2 books, but I just got 2 books in the mail. You know what? So every time I finish a book, I always get one in the mail, so I'm trying to read faster than they come in, because all my pre-orders are starting to come in, and there was a lot for February. Like I'm still waiting for Deep End to come in the mail. Well, because I got the Probably Smut edition, so I'm waiting for that one. But yeah, let's go ahead and pull our 2. Let me count to see how many we have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Now I wouldn't mind like a fantasy, because the books that I have with me already in my stack to be read over there is Hooked, and then Her Soul for Revenge. So like I would like either just a cutesy romance or a fantasy to kind of like balance it out. So let me pull up a random number generator. Okay, let's go ahead and generate 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, I'm going to take this off my cart and put it back on my bookshelf only because I'm buddy reading this with someone in the future. I'm just waiting for them to finish Strange the Dreamer, so I can't not read this without them. So we're gonna cheat a little bit. My challenge, my rules. I can do whatever I want. Okay, let's try this again. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Listen, this is my book club pick for my book club that I'm in. I met them all on Facebook, and we've been a book club for like 2 years at this point. We talk all the time. Love them. Shout out to the book club girlies. You know who you are. Love y'all. This is our book club pick. And it is so tiny. It's barely over 300 pages. But this is set in the same exact world of Out on a Limb. And the couple that is in that book, they're friends who are also a couple. This book is about them. So I think this is more of a second chance romance. And I'm trying to like make myself like that. I don't like second chance, and like friends to lovers are not my favorite. I like them. They're just not my favorite. But, and as I said that if I pull one of these short ones at the end, we would pull an extra. So still gotta pull 2 more books. So let's see, change that to 29, 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, I'm fine with this because this is on my 25 books to read in 2025. It is the Fairy Loot edition of Language of Dragons, and seeing as I just finished Onyx Storm, I love dragons in a book, and I'm really excited. I haven't actually heard much, like many reviews on this book to know if it's good, but Fairy Loot books, I noticed they always look super thick, but that's only because, like, look, there's a whole page with nothing on it, and there's like mixed media in here. The font is huge, so that's why they always look so big, but these books normally don't take me long to get through. So, okay, cool. Let's pull one more. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. Now, I see this book all over my book talk, but what no one will tell you on book talk, this is a part of a series. You're being lied to if you didn't know. Because I saw this was the only book that was ever coming up on my book talk. None of the other books in the series, just this one. So I thought it was a standalone. So when I started to actually look into it, I realized that is not the case. This is in a series, which I'm pretty sure I've read the first one. I have read my goodreads is like tripping out. So hold on. Please hold 1 second, because I'm trying to figure out, is it Promises I Was Meant to Keep? Is that what the first book is called? No, I loaned out my first copy, that's why I don't know what it's called. So I'm looking at my bookshelves and just things I wanted to say. That is the first one. Now this one is A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. I believe it follows like the different friends. Kind of think of Binding 13. The Addicted Callaways, how it follows like the same friend group. That's what this does. So, okay, wait, this is like a good haul. We have fantasy. This I would say like smutty romance, and there's like a cutesy romance. And then I have 2 other smut romances going with me. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure, I always have to like to make sure I have enough going with me on a trip, so that way I have something to read. So, and I will most likely be tabbing this. So I have to pick out some tabs too, but yes. So cute. Okay, I guess let me go finish Her Soul for Revenge first before I start even, because I don't think you guys understand how badly I want to read this. But I'll be good. I'll be good. Trust that. Talk to y'all later. Alright guys, so I have broken my tripod, so bear with me because now, yeah, I dropped it, so see, so like the little knob that keeps it tightened is no longer there. So like you're slowly falling down, but I have finished Out of the Woods and Her Soul for Revenge. 4 stars. This one is 4.75 star. I cried. I did cry. But now you know what that means. I finished these 2. So let's start with Her Soul for Revenge. So this, see, I'm too scared to move you because this is going to be very hard to film with my broken tripod. See, okay. Oh, you're falling. Slowly. Let's see if you stay up. I can't tell if you're falling or not. Love this for me. I have to get a new tripod. Okay. Are you, hold on. So this is where all my dark romance lives. Okay. Oh my gosh, this tripod is so bad. Okay. So Her Soul to Take is right here, which means this book needs to go right here. I have read these ones. The only books I have on here that are unread are these two Penelope Douglas books. I am breaking everything. Okay. All I have left is Five Brothers and Tristix Venom or Whistleblower. I do think I'm going to go for Whistleblower because I haven't read it yet. I don't believe I have. Hold on, let me check my Goodreads to confirm. Where's my phone? Oh, let me check my Goodreads to confirm. Yeah, I haven't read this book yet. So it is Whistleblower by Kay Cove. This is a probably smut edition of it. That's why, if you know this book, that's probably why it looks different. And then that will, and I have more like smutty romance. This isn't where all my smutty romance is. There's more on this side, you just can't see it. But like these are the ones that have like the darker spines that kind of all go and match together. So as you can see, now just removing that one book, it is now back to being very tight, but whatever. Okay, now out on a limb, I would like it to live. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Hi, you can finally see me now. Okay, I would like it to live here with my Annabelle Monaghan and my Sarah Adams and my Mari McFarlane. That's a tongue twister. I want it to go there. And here's the thing about this shelf. This shelf, I've read everything on this shelf. So there's nothing for me to pull from this shelf to read. So we will have to also go back to my TBR cart to find something. But now I have to find something that I didn't love on this shelf. So basically everything on this end, we won't touch. I loved everything on this end. So we're going to start looking over here. And I think it's going to be Once Upon a K-Prom. Now this book is really, really pretty, which is honestly mostly the reason why I bought it, is only because of this reversible dust jacket. And that is it. But it was not my favorite book I had ever read. So this is the book we're going to get rid of. And then I'm going to put this book right. Perfect fit. And actually we have like a little bit of space to fit like one more. But getting rid of this book, Once Upon a K-Prom. But seeing as I still have to work tomorrow, I binged those books in one day. Let's not talk about it. We now have to go back over here. So let me cut the camera so I can angle you down so you can see. So now, I can't tell if you noticed, but my third, the whole bottom part of it is now completely empty. So all we have now are the two rows, which progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We now only have 26 on there. So, put in 26. Let's generate 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is actually another probably smut edition. It's The Wallflower by Sally Louise. So I guess this, can I show this on YouTube? That's what I made. And if y'all don't know about probably smut, it each comes with a bookmark that also has like an annotation guide and tabs, matching tabs with it as well. So happy to be getting through. And they're like all smut. So now basically every book that I'm taking with me on my trip is smut. but I'm not mad about it. I just read like a really cute kick my feet romance. So I will update you guys on the books that I'm reading, because I think I'm reading these ones, and then I still have A Language of Dragons and A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime too. So I have 4 books that I'm reading for this challenge, just so for this trip I'll be able to still work on the challenge while I'm not here. So, but I am gonna go to bed because I do gotta work tomorrow, so no more reading for me, but I will talk to y'all later. All right guys, we're in another hotel. Obviously, my flight got canceled, so now I'm stuck in Boston for 20 hours, but I'm not upset about it. So it is 3 p.m. I started after I finished yesterday. I had finished, what book did I read? Out of the Woods. And I cried. I sobbed my little eyes out. That book was just so cute, so wholesome, loved it. I decided to pick up a fantasy, so I picked up The Language of Dragons. I don't have the dust jacket on it because I don't like to travel with the dust jacket. It's already hard enough when I'm traveling with the special edition copy. Don't want to risk it even more, right? I only had to work 1 flight today, so honestly haven't been working. So I got 112 pages in. I'm going to give, because I normally give fantasy books a little bit more benefit of the doubt because they have to do a lot more world building before I DNF. So I'm going to get to page 150, which actually stops at chapter 10. And if I'm not liking it, then I am going to DNF it. As of right now, nothing is happening, nothing. And I don't think this is this part of a series? Let me check. If this is part of a series, then that kind of makes sense. If it's not, and it's a standalone, yeah, this is a standalone book. This is a standalone, so it's not part of a series, so everything happens in this one book. How long is it? It's a little over 400 pages, like 450 pages, so it's also not long. But I want to get to this romance. That's what I'm trying to get to this romance. But like, it says it's enemies to lovers, but the only guy that she talks to in here, like literally, the only other guys that she has talked to in this book is her father, her uncle, and her cousin. And I'm already over 100 pages in, and nothing has happened. Nothing. Like, this book is either very, very slow, and it's going to try to speed through everything towards the end of the book. So, like, the pacing just isn't good. Because how am I chapter 8, and nothing has happened? And it's giving, like, dystopian, and normally in a dystopian, I'm always like, you can kind of see how maybe the main character wouldn't know what's going on, blah blah blah. But in this book, it's kind of like either our main character, Vivian, is dumb, or I don't know. And then also, they always say, like, if you like Fourth Wing, you'll like this book. That is not true. I think they just went for whatever book was popular right now to get more people interested, because the dragons in Fourth Wing, oh, I would not want to mess with them. The dragons in this, you're telling me that you're a big, huge lizard, basically, who breathes fire, and and humans are, like, above you? They had one dragon locked up in a library, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the whole structure, the plot is very confusing. So I'm going to give it till page 150. And if nothing happens, and I'm just going to look up the spoilers to what happens at the end of this book, just to see how it ends, or I'll read, like, the last couple of chapters just to know how it ends. But as of right now, I'm not enjoying it. But now that I have 20 hours in Boston, I have some time. I'll figure out if I want to read this book. If not, then I will just pick up. Good thing I brought extras with me. See, this is why I told y'all yesterday that I always like to bring a collection of options with me, because stuff like this happens. But the book it's pretty. See, this is what the dragons are supposed to be like, but it's not reading that way. No, it's not reading that way. But yeah, but the book is, which is why I'm trying to give it as much of a chance as I can, because I think the book is so pretty and I don't want to get rid of it. But I don't know. So I'm gonna get changed, get comfy, and then I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay guys, back from the trip. So let's talk about the books that I read for this video, and then we'll talk about what happened with the other ones. So last I spoke to y'all, I think I said that I was going to read A Language of Dragons. Well, no, I told you that I was going to keep trying A Language of Dragons because I updated you guys at the hotel until I got to page 150 to see if it would pick up and I would like it. Unfortunately, it did not, and I did not like it. So I ended up DNFing A Language of Dragons at like 156 pages in. And I know everyone's going to say, but Morgan, it's a fantasy book. It takes a little bit longer to build. I normally understand that for a fantasy book when it's in a series, but this is a standalone fantasy book. And the fact that I was over 150 pages in and still not a single thing had happened. And there was just like too many inconsistencies in here about like the dragons not really being strong. And I guess like this book is advertised as if you're fans of Fourth Wing and Babel. And I think they honestly just chose the two most popular hyped up books. One that has to do with language, which I own. Hold on, let me show you. I do have this. I love R.F. Kuang's writing. And then also Fourth Wing. No, I think they just chose the most hyped up books to compare this to. So I am going to DNF A Language of Dragons. And then after that, I decided, you know what, maybe I'm just in like a little romance mood. So I picked up Whistleblower by Kay Cove. I do have another book by her. I have Camera Shy by Kay Cove, so that's actually where this book needs to go for my shelf it or scrap it. And now the other books that I took with me for this little shelf it or scrap it adventure, I ended up putting back on my cart because the only reason I did so many books for my shelf it or scrap it is because I wanted to have options for it. I didn't want to feel like, well, you only brought this one book, so you have to read this one book. So I ended up, you know, cheating a little bit, but I put them back on my cart, so they're back on my TBR. So let's go try and find space for this. Let me see if I can might have to hold it. Okay. So this is currently where I have Camera Shy, the other book by Kay Cove, and I like to keep authors together. So this book also needs to go here. Now, realistically, if I just didn't have this book showing, I could just scooch all these books over. Doing this one-handed is not the best. And look at that. Whistleblower fits perfectly. And now am I going to be a little bit annoyed? There is one book that's not supposed to be on here. It's the Brandon Sanderson book. So we're going to go ahead and take that down. So look at that. So I had room on the shelf for it, so we don't have to pick from this shelf. We're actually now going to go over to my cart. Let me grab my phone. I'm actually going to put you guys back. You're not going to be able to see the cart. Put you back here. You're not going to be able to see the cart, but it's here. It's here. I'm going to bring it over here. The wheels are broken, so I have to lift it. There's just too much weight on it, so like it like leans and it's falling. Yep. I need to get a new one. But now with the books that I ended up not reading on my trip, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 books on here. So let's go ahead and generate 24. So if this is 26, 25, 24. Okay, so I actually put this book on here because I've had this on my TBR for a very, very, very long time. And I told myself that if I did not read it this year, then I would have to get rid of it. So, and I think it's like dark fantasy. I don't know much about it, but I know a lot of people do like it. And it's not too long. It's a little over, almost 400 pages, but it's like 380. So it's not a long book either. So I told myself, because I'm always so scared because this genre is not really for me, I guess. Like the dead and deceased. It's not really my vibe, but we're going to try it out. So this is actually a really, really, really good pick for this because I told myself I had to read this year or else I had to get rid of it. So let me go ahead and read my 50 pages to see if I'm going to DNF it or keep it. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Okay guys, so unfortunately this book is not for me either, which I kind of figured going in that this just wouldn't be for me because anything like ghost stories, like I've tried V.E. Schwab. I think I've actually tried another ghost story in this vlog trying something similar to this, and I just didn't like it. So I kind of felt like this really wasn't my vibe. So, but it's not her writing. Her writing is actually really, really good. And if she wrote something like that wasn't like this, like I think she's the author of the Raven Boy Cycle, right? I think I would like that series more than I liked this one. So I'm not knocking her writing. Her writing was actually really, really, really good. I liked it. But yeah, this is gonna go in the DNF pile. Let me show you guys my DNF piles. So the one in the back, this one, was from January's DNF. And so the ones in the front are the pile that I'm starting for February. So our piles are growing. I still have to take my January pile to Half Price Books. I think I'm gonna go tomorrow. Just haven't had the time because I've been working. But be right back. Let me bring the cart over. Okay, now if this cart really, really liked me, I want to read either The Final Rose or this manga, The 07 Ghosts. I'm really wanting something short. So like or even First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I'm really wanting that as well. I'm not in a fantasy mood. So if it could not give me a fantasy, that would be great. But I have a sneaky little suspicion it's gonna give me a fantasy. So let me change the number to 25. Okay, you ready? 17. Yeah, that's going to be somewhere on this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. If I can get it out. Okay. So this is actually, I just got this. This book just came out this year. I was really hoping, it's a romantasy. I don't know. Let me check to see if this is adult or YA, because I'm not too sure. But I just got this one in the mail. I just unboxed this. It's YA, but it's fantasy, romance, fae, historical fiction. I believe is like kind of like, if you like Bridgerton, you would like this. Make it Bridgerton, but in fae, I believe. Yeah. Every citizen of England is granted some bargain from their mortal fae queen. And this book is actually really short. It's like it's short and it's short. Like it's not tall either. So I'm trying to think where this book would go. I like to have like some, like if I do keep a book, have some sort of idea of the shelf that we're looking at for where it would go. So this is fantasy. And the thing that sucks is, yes, I own majority romance, but since that just played that way, most of my bookshelves are romance. So I only have 3 like shelves for fantasy. So that's why I need to get another bookshelf, but I'm trying to save up money for a new bookshelf. So I'm thinking it would go here. I don't know, hold on. This is a great angle. I don't know why Burning God was pushed back like that. Okay. It would probably go to the shelf. And actually everything on this shelf is red, except for the Poppy War trilogy and Dance of Thieves. So, oh, and the Dragon's Promise, so I could actually probably read that too. So this is where, because I don't have it like, I don't have my fantasy books like, I probably should with YA and adult, and I would love to do that, but I know that I need to get another shelf before I can do that, because I even have, let me come over here. I have this bookshelf over here, but this bookshelf alone holds my Fourth Wing collection. So if I could maybe put my Fourth Wing collection to only take up like 2 or 3 shelves, I could use the other 2 for books, for like more fantasy, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Maybe before I start reading this one, I'll try to wrangle around my fantasy to see if I can make more room anywhere. So I'll get back to y'all on that one, okay? I will start this book and let y'all know. Okay guys, so I completely forgot to end this video. When I filmed the last clip, we pulled the rose bargain. And I finished that book the same day I pulled it. And I think I then just got distracted. And I completely was filming other videos and just life in general that I just forgot. And I know I look a mess right now. I'm sick currently. So I did not want to do my hair. I did not want to put makeup on for y'all, but love y'all. But yeah, as I was editing another video, I saw this one under like my edited clips and I was like, wait, I was fully filming a Shelf It or Scrap It. And it's now it's February 28th. So it is the last day of February, which means, and I've been looking for something to read. So I'm like, wait, I need to start March's February Shelf It or Scrap It. No, I just said March and February, the same sentence. I need to start March's Shelf It or Scrap It, but I need to get February Shelf It or Scrap It up today. I've already filmed my TBR and my wrap up for January. Crazy. Those are not going to be up yet. This one's actually going up today, which is why I needed to finish editing it. And as I was editing it, I realized I didn't have an outro. How the cookie crumbles. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Rose Bargain, and then I'm going to end this video. But now, since it's actually been a while since I finished this book, so I need to see what I rated it because I don't remember. Okay, so I rated this book 3 stars. Now, let me cook. Let me cook. If you liked this book, and if you like this book, imagine this book has a baby, and this is the book you get. Because it's based... Oh! Wait. Did I make that up? Is that what this book is? Hold on. Yeah. There's another book that I needed to add. I'm just gonna pull a random one. But like, also add in this book. So Bridgerton, The Selection, and ACOTAR. If all of these like all got together, mix it all together, you'd get the Rose Bargain, because I say it's like Bridgerton because it's Regency era. I say it's like the Selection series because it's a girl fighting over in a competition with other girls to get with the Fae Prince and ends up falling in love. It's a love triangle. If you have read the Selection series, you will know that there is a very prominent love triangle in this book. There's also one in this book. And then if you liked ACOTAR, honestly, the only thing that's giving ACOTAR from this book is just the fact that it has Fae. That's really, really it. But yeah, if you like those 3 books, you will like this book. This book was okay, 3 stars. I didn't realize it was a series. I thought that it was just a standalone, because when you look it up on Goodreads, there's no information. It doesn't have like a series title or anything like that. It's literally just this book. So I thought that this was the only book. That is not true. There is apparently going to be a series. So it did live off at a cliffhanger. I was sad because I really thought this was just going to be a short, quick fantasy. But yeah. So we do have to shelf this book. And I actually had already shelved this book because I did not realize that I never closed, that this book was for this video, and then I never closed it out. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys, because this is where this video would have ended anyway. So I'm just going to show you guys where I shelved it and the differences that I made in this. Okay, so hold on, let me put this. Please ignore the mess back there. Don't call me out. So let me shelf that book so I can have both hands, and I'll show you. So remember what I was talking about last time, that I didn't have enough fantasy shelves. Well, if you go back over here to where my Fourth Wing books are, I squeezed all my Fourth Wing books into 2 shelves. And you're probably like, Morgan, why do you have space? I loaned out my beat up copies of Fourth Wing and Onyx Storm, basically just my annotated copies that I wrote in, so I don't care if people if they drop it or something. I don't really care because I wrote in them. I was tough on them because I have so many other copies of them. But I was able to just put it onto 2 shelves. So we have another fantasy shelf here and a fantasy shelf here. Now this is mostly my fantasy series, as you can probably tell. Most of my fantasy series are over here. So if you march and walk back over here, I then place the Rose Bargain right in the corner over here. Yes, there's still other series on here, but I then displayed these 2 because if you are a Wattpad reader, these were my favorite books on Wattpad, and now they're being traditionally published, so I'm now rereading them as they get published. So yes. But The Rose Bargain would have been the final book anyway, so I'm not too upset about it. But I don't remember actually how many books we read for this video. I don't even think I have my wrap up written down anywhere. I think I just kind of went through my Goodreads and just went that way. But if you watch this whole video, you'll probably know how many books that I read. But something I want to do is I want to then go on my TBR cart and see what number we are now at. So the books that are on the very, very bottom of the cart is actually my TBR for March. Those are the only books on the bottom. So the only thing that's from my TBR right now are these two stacks. So we started off this video with 37. So let's go ahead and count and see how many we now have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we did get a lot less books. And it would have been a lot less more if I didn't get packages. Like I just got these 3 in a package this week. I just got this one in a package last week. So I just got Scythe and Sparrow in a package. So most of these books are package books. I want to say for this video that we read 10 books, but I cannot remember. And I refuse. This video is already really, really long, and I am not about to go back through and watch to see. I've already rewatched the entire video to edit it, and I completely forgot to keep count. So I think this video is about an hour. So I don't want to have to rewatch it. Love y'all. Not that much. But yes, so this is the end of this video. I will say Shelf It or Scrap It actually really, really helped me with getting my TBR down. I think this month I DNF'd a lot more books than I read for this video, but that helped because a lot of my books that are on my physical TBR are books that I've had for 3+ years, that are books that I just been thinking about getting rid of, but just never pulled the trigger. So this challenge is really, really helping me do that. Now my bookshelves look very organized because I'm now getting rid of the books that I've been kind of unsure about. So this is really, really helping in my opinion. And I found a lot of books that I really liked from this video. Like we read Powerless in this video, right? Love that book. We read Hannah Bonham Young's new book, Out of the Woods. Loved that book. So we got a lot of favorites out of this. But if y'all watched this whole entire video, let's see, and you made it this far, let's do something. Do a tree emoji, because I think my favorite book out of this entire video was Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. And you know, that takes place out in the wilderness. So if you made it this far, leave a tree in the comments, because this video is like an hour long. So I really appreciate if you did. But please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and follow me on all my other social media accounts. Once again, I want to say thank you for staying this long into this video. And also thank you to Becca for the idea. Honestly, I love Shelf It or Scrap It, and now that I'm doing it, I've come to realize how well it helps you. Because the fact that this TBR cart was full, and now we have 2, love it. But thank you guys so much for watching. All right, guys, see you on my next one. Bye.